The CVSA Blitz is coming up next week, and we're going to watch a dash cam video of just how quickly things can kind of spiral out of control. Welcome to Safety Update with Sam. I, of course, am Sam. You are not. We like it that way. But I am the safety supervisor for Meiborg Brothers and Silver Arrow Express. I'm sure many of you know that, but we do have new guys. We get new guys every week. So, well, maybe not every week. Well, kind of. But anyways, so if I haven't met you, which I'm sure I have, welcome, and I'm glad you're watching this. Again, I say this every week. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedule to watch these, and I get all the feedback from you guys and all the ideas, and great, and it's great, and so because of that, I keep doing it because you guys say that you watch them, and I appreciate that, and so we'll continue to keep doing these safety updates. So now let's talk about the CVSA Blitz that is coming up next week. It's May 14th through the 16th. I even printed out myself a little cheat sheet here that's got everything that they're going to be doing on it. But it is May 14th and 16th, so next Tuesday, I want to say. But I will say this, do not put it past the CVSA to maybe start it a day early, because I think they did that last year or a couple years ago, where they actually started off a tad early. So do not be alarmed if you see that. I know a lot of times, and you maybe have worked for a carrier that would actually stop operations for the week of the Blitz just because they did not want the extra scrutiny on their inspections. And to that, I say that is not good, because what exactly are you trying to hide if you are avoiding the Blitz altogether? Now, I know that it can be kind of a pain in the neck and all that kind of stuff, but we are actually going to be doing the exact opposite. We are going to be leaning in to the Blitz, okay? And what I mean by that is we are not going to stop our operations, and in fact, we're going to pass the inspections that we get. You agree? Cool. As you know, Silver Arrow, Meiborg, two separate DOT numbers, two separate MC numbers. Meiborg Brothers on all the 7 basic categories, and we'll continue to go over that. I went over that a couple weeks ago, or kind of the intro to it. We're going to continue on that after the Blitz week is over with. But there's 7 different categories in the basics, and Meiborg Brothers is under the threshold on all of them, meaning we're good. Like, there's no reason for DOT to come take a look at us. Meiborg Brothers is good, and the way they get good, or the way anybody gets good, I'm not sure if that's the correct grammar, but the way that happens is you pass inspections. You get inspections with no violations and things like that. Silver Arrow is over the threshold in one category, and that's hours of service. So we need to really kind of bring that down. So this is kind of aimed at you, Silver Arrow drivers, but Meiborg drivers, do not sleep on this either. We need to pass these inspections. We cannot keep getting hours of service violations. And you might be saying, well, what is that? It's pretty obvious, but might be saying, what is that? It's going over the 14 hours. It's not taking the 30-minute rest break. It's using personal conveyance incorrectly, and then having DOT stop you and take a look at that. So make sure, because this Blitz is coming up, make sure that your logbooks, both Meiborg and Silver Arrow, but especially Silver Arrow, make sure that your guys' logbooks are really, truly up to date, okay? Make sure that there's no issues in the past. If you do have some questions about something, and there's something that maybe you made a mistake on, let's talk. We can maybe fix those so that it eliminates those mistakes. Now, if you truly drove over your 14 or drove over your 11 hours, shame on you. Don't do that. If you're out of hours, you can use PC to get to a safe haven if the situation calls for it. But I can't fix any of that. But if you were on duty when you should have been off duty and things like that, let's talk, okay? We can fix that stuff, because that's something that should not be on there. So, but during this Blitz, they're going to be looking specifically for 2 things. Now, one, we should not have a problem with, okay? Because the one thing that they're really going to concentrate on is controlled substance and alcohol possession. You guys should not have, you drivers should not have any sort of controlled substance or alcohol in your truck. Can we agree on that? So we should not have any issues with that, because they're going to be looking at driver behavior and things like that, and they're going to be maybe looking through. So we haven't had a problem, you know, both on Silver Arrow, Meiborg. There is a category for alcohol or controlled substance in the basics. We're all at zeros, okay? We haven't had a problem. Let's keep it that way. Cool. Now, the other one, and I'm going to read this for you guys so you have an understanding of it, because it can get a little, I don't know what the word is, a little technical maybe. And I'm going to put a link below this here, excuse me, so that you can see what I'm reading as well, so that you can make sure that you are good. But the other thing that they're going to be looking for is tractor protection and anti-bleed back systems. Okay, everyone knows what that is, of course. Allow me to read it here though. So it's a commercial motor vehicle's tractor protection system consists of a tractor protection valve, a trailer supply valve, and an anti-bleed back valve. Okay, all valves should be properly tested during a driver's trip inspection and an inspector's roadside inspection. Okay, and again, I'm going to put a link below here so that you guys can read this as well. During the inspection of a tractor protection system components, the inspector will ensure that the wheel chocks are still in place and have the driver release all brakes by pressing dash valves. Have the driver carefully remove the glad hands and allow air to escape. Ensure the air stops leaking from the supply line with at least 20 psi remaining. Listen and or feel for any leaking air or glad hand couplers on the trailer. Request a full service brake application by the driver, and listen and or feel for leaks from both airlines. So it's going to be kind of a technical thing they're looking for. Again, the link is below so you guys can read this for yourself. But hey, again, we're not going to shy away from the Blitz. We're going to lean directly into it. We have good equipment. You guys take good care of it. We should not have any problems. And here's the deal. They're telling you what they're going to be looking for. So if you know that you have a problem kind of like this, let us know immediately. Okay, we've got a whole network of shops that we can use. We can use our shop, or our shop has other ones that they use. So let us know. Let's get that fixed immediately here so that we don't have any issues with the CVSA Roadcheck, which again starts next Tuesday, but do not be surprised if it starts next Monday. Okay, they're sneaky like that. So anyways, again, I'm going to have this linked below so that you guys can read it as well and make sure that everything is good and that we don't have any issues when it comes to the Blitz that starts next week. So cool. All right, now let's take a look at some dash cam video that shows, just like I said, how quickly things can kind of spiral out of control. Okay, so here we are. We are in Chicago, or we are in Chi-Town. I guess, I don't know if anyone still calls it that, or if they ever did call it. Maybe I made that up. But we're in Chicago, everyone's favorite city to drive in. Usually the traffic is super light, no issues, nothing whatsoever. However, we do have an issue in this video, so let's just take a look at what unfolds. Driving along, we're in our lane. The van's trying to come over. And we end up running into the back of him. Now, a lot of stuff is going on in this video. Let's take it back to the beginning here. So first off, we can see right here that the van has got his turn signal on. We're in our lane. He's got plenty of space to get in. However, there is that double white line right there. So I don't know if he just didn't plan well enough or whatever, but the van is actually not what starts this. If you look up ahead of the van, it's a Suburban or a Tahoe or something like that up there. Watch him up there and watch the straight truck that's in front of him. So you see the van is following him, and that Suburban or whatever it is crashes into that straight truck. And now all of a sudden the van in front of us has to make a really quick decision, and he decides to come over into our lane. And obviously he didn't have the clearance for that. And if you even keep watching as we go, there's another vehicle that almost runs into the side of us as we're going there. Now it's raining. That doesn't help. I can tell you that. But there's a whole chain reaction that happens here. First off, the Tahoe hits the thing. The van comes over. Boom. I'll say this. Kudos to the guy driving the van for strapping those ladders in, because they stayed in place. But this is just a reminder. Like I said, I like to show these dash cams here to remind you guys, just like I said, how quickly things can kind of escalate. You know, this wasn't even started by us. Our driver was just doing everything he was supposed to be doing, and things just kind of unraveled in front of him. Now, good job to him for, now he did hit the brakes. I can tell you that. I've seen the other data on this, but it wasn't enough. You know, the other van was right there, is coming in. And again, it just shows you how quickly things can unravel. So our guy's given plenty of room, but even when you give plenty of room, sometimes it's still not enough. So just make sure, the one thing that I've said before, and I'll say it again, when you see them hit their brakes, you can see every car in this video right now has their brakes on. Let off, man. If they're hitting the brakes, you hit the brakes, okay? Because something's going on for all of them to start hitting the brakes. I know you got a clear lane in front of you, but as you see right here, sometimes that means that these vans or these other cars just think, hey, I got a spot to jump in here at. So he crashes, he comes over, and again, this guy, cripe, man, he almost runs into the side of us too. I don't know if the straight truck hit him and kind of pushed him off. I really don't know. But again, just a chain reaction. We're just doing our thing, and a chain reaction happens in front of us, and it turned out to be okay. You know, our truck had minimal damage. The van in front of us had minimal damage. But again, this could have just turned out bad. So we're in the rain. Just be careful when you're doing that. But just assuming everyone slams on their brakes, man, something is happening, and it's just a good idea for you just to hit your brakes as well, just to be safe. Like I've said before, if you hit your brakes and nothing happens, okay, so we slowed down a little bit. But if you don't hit your brakes, this could have been a lot worse. We could have really hit hard into these guys and really caused quite a chain reaction, more than what was already there. So, yeah, just again, you guys just got to be diligent out there and see how quickly things unravel in front of you. And you just never know, especially the weather does not help. So you just got to be extra cautious in that rain. Everybody's mirrors are all kind of mucked up there. So just be careful out there, guys, okay? And especially in city traffic like this, these cars can get kind of nuts, and things happen quickly, as you saw. So anyways, I'd love your feedback on this. See what you guys think. Tell me who's at fault, what happened, what would you do differently. You guys always send that in. I love it. I love getting that feedback. That's why we do this. I just want you guys to start thinking, in a situation like this, what would you do? Okay, how would you have handled it? So as always, my contact information is at the bottom. Feel free to reach out. You always do. I love it. And until next time, I'm telling you this all the time, and this video is just a great reminder for you always to drive safe.